Where's Kenny? He's in that bag. That's what you said. There is no way around it. You killed this kid.
I did.
You killed this kid, and you destroyed evidence by burning the bed. No. You destroyed evidence by burning his body in the pit.
No, I did not burn him.
Who did?
I don't know.
This is the moment Sheila LaBarre realizes she's going to jail.
One of the first things they note is a burn pile not far from the front door. Not only do they see what they believe is human flesh, but also some bones or bone fragments.
LaBarre stands accused of dismembering and burning the body of 24-year-old Kenneth County, a special needs adult she took on as a live-in lover.
Sheila wasted no time painting Kenneth in a negative light, making disturbing accusations against him.
He was running from death, running from a situation down there, which includes pedophilia. Okay. He's confessed this to me, that he has raped numerous children. And he had blood coming out of his belly.
He had blood coming out of his manhood.
Watch as detectives unravel the gripping tale that changed the course of every life it touched.
In my opinion, she's a violent predator. She's a black widow who really preyed on vulnerable men. Got the torture and the violence and the abuse at her hands was just unspeakable.
Kenneth County, whom Sheila began dating on Valentine's Day in 2006, moved to Epping just days into their relationship to live and work with her on her farm. But by March 23, 2006, his mother, Carolyn Lodge, began fearing for her son's life.
Carolyn reaches somewhat of a breaking point when she gets a call from Sheila LaBarre, who tells Carolyn that Kenny is no longer living with her.
When police arrived at Sheila's ranch to question about Kenneth County's disappearance, they made a shocking discovery.
We showed up, there was a burn pile. I kind of moved it a little bit, and I looked down and I saw a piece of flesh.
There was a bone.
When police requested to examine the bone, Sheila demanded them to leave her property. With no search warrant, the police had no option but to depart.
While the search warrant is being executed at Sheila's house, she willingly comes in and does a long interview with two highly experienced police officers.
You're being recorded right now?
Correct.
Okay, do you mind?
Two-party consent to tape stay, I understand.
Okay, do you mind if we record it?
No, I don't mind at all.
Okay. And Sheila, we hear you had mentioned Adam earlier before we go on the tape. Who's Adam? Is he a tenant of yours? Or?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Adam is Kenneth Michael County, but he wanted to change his name.
Okay.
Now, I didn't do that. It used to cost $50. I don't know what it costs now, but I wasn't going to give him my last name, LaBarre. He wanted to be with me. He was running from death, running from a situation down there, which includes pedophilia.
Okay.
He's confessed this to me, that he has raped numerous children. And he was running from death. But he didn't start in with this. Or obviously, I wouldn't have let him stay in my home.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know if the line's recorded or not, but I have the tape somewhere. I'm just not sure where it is because I'm just very confused right now. I'm upset.
Sheila attempts to cast herself as the victim by tarnishing Kenneth's reputation, but in reality, he is the perfect target for her controlling nature, a fact his mother, Carolyn, highlighted as she spoke about her son's vulnerabilities.
Does he have any disabilities at all?
Yes, he is. He was put through a neuropsychological testing when he was a child, and it stated on the neuropsychological testing that he's mildly retarded.
Okay.
I just thought of something I haven't told anyone.
Okay.
If I did, I told it to Chief Dodge.
He's a good guy.
What did you say?
Adam told me that he changed his name. Wallace said that's typical of pedophiles. I didn't know that. I mean, we didn't legally change it. He told me that.
He told you that he changed his name?
No. I'm sorry, I just remembered something.
Do they have to do with Adam? Can you tell us what they are?
He told me that he had been planning to rob me. And that he had, because I noticed somebody had been in my purse. And I said, Adam, are you going in my purse while I'm asleep? He said, yes.
Who in their right mind would let someone allegedly guilty of child assault and robbery threats live under their roof? Pay close attention as Sheila's sudden shift in tone reveals that her grief is merely an act.
But how did it come that Adam ended up at your house?
The first time?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't spend the night or come inside the first time.
Let me ask this, Sheila.
Yes, sir.
I was told that recently Adam ended up in some sort of a wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
Tell me about that.
Okay, all that was I said, do you want me to push you in the chair this time? And he said, yeah, I've always wanted to be pushed in a wheelchair. But he's a heroin addict. He's a crack addict, and I didn't know that.
Adam is?
Yes, he told me this, and he
Where
claims
did the wheelchair come from?
Walmart. It's a Walmart chair.
Oh, it's a
right
Walmart chair. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And this was down at the Epping Walmart?
Right.
Did he have any injuries on him?
Yes, he did, because of the pot that exploded from Walmart, a glass pot. I don't remember what date that was because I have a background in surgery. Not as a surgeon.
But the pot exploded at the house?
That is correct. But we picked up the glass because of my rabbits. They jumped through, and my house is a barn. It's just the way I am. And that's true, and that's what's we didn't.
So you were pushing him around in the wheelchair at Walmart.
But he didn't have to be in the wheelchair.
It was just for fun.
Correct. Not to make a deal with Walmart about that. We didn't. I swear to God, we did.
But it was just for fun between you and Adam.
Right.
That's fun.
Right. That's right.
However, the detectives had a different perspective on Kenneth's appearance when he was last seen at Walmart.
And then at some point, you run into him again at the Walmart.
Yes. Yep.
Things are a little different at that point, though.
They are. He has some bruising. He looks a little bit ashen in color, and he's in a Walmart wheelchair. And I asked him several times, if he was okay and if everything was all right. And he refused to talk to us.
I want to go back to when you were going to try to help Adam.
All right.
How did you go about trying to help him?
Well, I helped him financially. Financially, I didn't give him money.
No. I'm not talking financially. When you were going to try to help him get past this pedophilia issue, how did you try to help him?
All right. I hired a polygraph expert, paid $700 cash.
Recently?
Correct. In fact, it may be in the mail. I haven't seen it, but he already told me that he passed. Basically, the test entails Kenneth Michael County having sexual intercourse with someone who he calls mother. I've heard her voice one time, and she is not British. Apparently, she's been coming into this PD. I can't speak for the PD, but trust me. He said that was his mother. She is not from England. Now, the stepfather, I've never met any of these people. The woman parades around naked. A sworn statement that I took from him was faxed to FEPD, Billerica, and Wellington.
I'm getting a little confused. I'm just going to ask you to, no. I'm going to slow you down, though. We were just talking about him taking the polygraph test. And you said that you set that up and paid for it. Who did the polygraph test?
George Tetra.
And when was that done?
St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, of this year.
Correct.
And where was that done?
At my farm.
Okay.
Which the house looked better than it does now.
And so George Tatro came in and gave Adam a polygraph test.
Correct.
Okay. And what was the question he asked him?
Well, his notes are at the house.
Okay. But he asked him, and when you said he passed, does that mean that Adam said I molested kids and
no.
That he passed?
No.
How did he pass? What do you mean by that?
He passed. Those questions were not asked.
Okay.
That's one way I protected him, because I wasn't sure if he seriously was doing it or had done it.
What question was asked?
One of the questions, to the best of my knowledge, was, about he and his mother, Carolyn Lodge, having sex. And he passed that. And he passed the part that it's been occurring since I don't know if Georgia, because I wasn't allowed there. But it's tape recorded legally. I got consent first, but I'm not sure where the tape is. It's in one of those suitcases I have out front.
So he admitted to having sex with his mother when he was a child, or her having sex with him.
As he said, as far back as he can remember.
Did he admit to having sex with any children now that he's an adult?
Not in front of George Tetro, no.
Did he admit that to you, though, you said earlier?
That is correct.
Okay. Did George ask him that question?
No, he didn't.
Okay. Do you believe that do you believe that Adams had sex with children?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know that the way he looks.
But you had said earlier, I thought you insinuated that you might believe that he may have had sex with children.
Well, yes.
And it disturbed you how he looked at children.
Yes.
Did you think that was a problem?
He said his mother says he has a staring problem.
Okay.
I said there isn't any such thing as a staring problem.
Did you think he was a danger to children?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so when you were trying to help him get over that, you said that you burned the videotapes. What else?
Oh, I didn't burn anything about children. I would never do that.
Okay.
I never had anything in my possession about children.
How did you help you? But you were trying to help. Okay, the home.
Sheila's disturbing statements were the result of yet another horrifying discovery.
Conversations with her sister Lynn actually confirm syllabus in her life, starting with her father.
He had his hand around her, and his hand was up her little dress.
And her father's friends, which he would invite to take part in abuse of Sheila.
From a traumatic childhood to a dark adulthood, she spiraled into a life where she manipulated men for money and pleasure and eventually committed multiple chilling murders.
Remember when he said, "Help me," and you said, you were helping him. How, other than the burning of the home tapes, what else did you do to help him?
I talked to him about God.
Okay. And you had said earlier that God,
he was an atheist.
God,
and then he wanted to be a Christian.
Okay. And you said that God, has a master plan. What was his master plan for Adam?
Oh, no, I never said to him that God has a master plan.
No, but you said to us that God has a master plan.
No, I didn't. If you listen to the tape, you'll hear me refer to God as the master.
Okay. Well, so the master, do you believe God has a master plan?
No.
Okay. Well,
I'm a Southern Baptist and we call God the master.
Okay.
Right. But Jesus can be called numerous names. That's not the side of my refrigerator.
Okay. How are you helping Adam?
Well, I talked to him about God.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I think you're an atheist. I said, how can you doubt God's existence? And I said, and God says, suffer all little children to come unto me. It was a new lesson. It means that you need to stop looking at them and stop getting excited.
In addition to portraying Kenneth as a narcotics user, Sheila also describes him as an atheist.
Sheila, let me ask you this.
That's another reason.
We have some concerns, obviously, about Adam and that he potentially could hurt children. So it's important we find him. Where do you think we could look for Adam and find him?
I don't know, because the last time, meaning it was either after or before I called Sergeant Gallagher and played the tape. And he said, Sheila, I've never heard you like this. I've never heard you like this. I don't remember if he was, seems like he was there, but I'm not sure. Because I have what I call CAT scan fever from too much radiation. And my neurons are flexing. It's not drugs or medication or anything.
Yeah.
It's just, I actually was over-radiated.
But seriously, Sheila, I believe you, but this is really important. We need to find out where Adam is, just so we know the children are safe.
I don't know.
Okay.
Because I've been sifting through bone fragments.
Why have you been sifting through bone fragments?
Because I want to know what has been put in my yard.
What do you think's been put in your yard?
I don't know. I mean, without a conclusive test. But I found a tooth.
Okay, so is that possible that that's Adam's tooth? Okay.
No. I don't know.
What else did you find in your yard?
You mean sifting?
Yeah, you said you found bone fragments.
Right, but I don't remember where I put him. I cremated a rabbit that I thought maybe he had killed, but he denied. But I was iffy on that. I still am not sure that he did. I don't know. Because the reason being, coyotes, it goes with the coyote. You don't see it again. Fisher cats, they eviscerate and they take it with them. So, but a human will leave it. He'll leave it.
So somebody left a dead rabbit?
One in mine, correct. And he watched it cremated in the general area where now I'm finding different bone.
Okay, so
And then
who
the
watched you
coyotes-
cremate it?
He did.
Adam?
Mm-hmm.
And when did you find this dead rabbit?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't remember.
But he watched you cremate it?
Yes.
Okay, so today is Saturday. Was it within the last week that you cremated the rabbit?
I don't remember for sure. I really don't. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's not really, I don't remember because I don't sleep upstairs. I was sleeping downstairs and I only burned the mattress because it just grossed me out because now I have to go get an AIDS test because he said he thought he had AIDS and he had blood coming out of his mouth.
He had blood coming out of his manhood?
He got real sick. It wasn't meaning, I don't know. I thought he was just withdrawing from heroin. I said, do you have syphilis? Do you have AIDS? I said, do you have AIDS? And he says, I think I do. And I just froze.
So, what do you think the bones are from?
I don't know.
Okay.
Without a test, and I don't have the capacity to test that.
Right. When did the bones show up?
Well, I didn't notice the bones until the police were in the yard yesterday.
So when the police came to your yard yesterday, that was the first
But
time?
I mean, I'm not talking about the rabbit bones. I picked most of those up and will dispose of them.
These are the bones that you can't identify what they are. The bones.
Repeat, please.
The bones that you can't identify what they are, what they belong to.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Those are the bones, not the rabbit bones. I'm talking about those bones.
I couldn't find all the rabbit bones because I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So, but I'm interested in these other bones that aren't the rabbit bones.
When detectives steer the discussion toward the burn pile and bone fragments, Sheila tries to deflect by speaking ill of Kenneth.
But I'm starting to get confused, Mitchell. You gotta slow down so I can understand. If you said that he has a potential to hurt himself, okay?
Well, I've seen him hit himself.
Do you think he'd have the potential to kill himself?
Yes.
All right. If Adam was going to kill himself,
I think he is suicidal.
How would he do that? How would he kill
I
himself?
don't know. I couldn't possibly say. I don't know.
Did he ever tell you?
He told me that. Let's see, what did he say? Oh, he said something about burning in hell. Will I burn in hell? And I said, I don't know. That's such a master, such a God. I can't tell you that.
If Adam was going to leave your house to kill himself, where would he go?
I have no idea because.
Would he kill himself at your house?
Probably.
Okay.
Because he had a habit of walking up the road and standing near a tree.
Okay. So if those bones that are at your house that you know aren't your rabbit's bones, is it possible those are Adam's bones?
Well, using the word possible, then one could say it is possible. But without definitive testing, I don't know.
What if we have them definitively tested and they're Adam's bones?
Then either he or someone else did something to him.
Okay. But if he did something to himself, he wouldn't be able to burn himself, right?
Sure he could.
How would he do that?
Well, I mean, I don't know how he would do it. I could only speak about myself.
But I'm just saying, if somebody kills themselves, it's kind of hard to burn themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, he's a sadomasochist.
Okay. How would he do that then?
Well, I don't know because I didn't see.
Okay.
But I know that the fire was blazing, and he said to me one time something to the effect of, I don't know if it was set myself on fire. I emptied my shells from my weapons.
You emptied all your weapons?
And put those shells up when he was around.
What kind of guns do you have?
I have a 38. Honey, I know you're scared. It's okay. You're trying to cry. I have to take you out. It's not have water. You're scared. I have a 38 revolver. I can't think of the brand name right now.
That's okay.
Having decimated the character of both Kenneth and his mother, Sheila then suggests the possibility of him ending his own life. Sheila is jeopardizing her situation by inadvertently giving the police more reasons to search her residence.
Let me ask you this, Sheila. Is it possible that you might not remember something, but that maybe Adam tried to hurt you and you had to defend yourself against him? Did anything like that ever happen?
Well, I smacked him one time like this.
Okay. Why did you do that?
Because he started acting crazy and weird. He just started jumping and jerking around in my rabbit's room before.
And what happened after when you hit him?
Nothing.
What did he do?
He hugged me and cried.
Okay.
And I said, I'm sorry for slapping.
Other than that time slapping him, did you ever physically confront him? Hit him, smack him, punch him?
No.
Strike him with anything?
No. He got injured from a Walmart product that's no longer, I don't see it in the store anymore. It exploded. I had water boiling in it. I don't know what he was doing, but he was over there close to it. And it had a lid on it. And that's been jumped, I think, at the effing dock. Well, it had to be.
Sheila, do you think Adam might be dead?
I don't know.
Does that concern you?
Well, it concerns me because I don't want him to come back and harm me or my animal.
Did you want him out?
I wanted him to be safe.
But did you
and
want him?
happy? But he didn't want to go around his mother anymore.
But Sheila, you're not answering my question. Did you want him out?
Well, I didn't want to support him anymore, if that's what you mean. I didn't throw him out.
No, but you wanted him out. You wanted him to leave. You didn't want him living there.
I wanted to break up with him, yes.
Okay.
But I wasn't angry.
Did you tell him that?
Yes, and he cried.
When did you tell him that?
Several times.
When was the most recent time?
I don't recall.
Did you tell him on the day he left?
No.
What was the conversation like on the day he left? The last day you saw him?
I was asleep.
I'm not talking about the moment he left.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last conversation you had with him before the last time you saw him? What was that?
The tape.
And
where I tape recorded him and had him admit how he molested those children.
So the last time you talked to him was you taping him admitting that he molested children?
Well, no, we talked after that. I recall I probably cooked him something to eat.
No, but wasn't he upset? I mean, he just admits to molesting kids.
No.
He wasn't upset?
No.
Were you upset?
Yes, I was crying. I was crying. I said, I'm reporting this. I said, I'm bound by law to report it. I'm reporting it.
So you told him you were going to report it?
Yes.
What did he say to that?
Well, he wasn't happy about that, but he didn't. You know, he said, his eyes got real big, and he said, I'll kill myself. And I said, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then I ran and double checked my guns. And I said, you've not loaded or touched my guns, have you? And he said, no. And then I put them up somewhere else. I had him do something, and I put them somewhere else. And then after that, I went back.
Okay, but the last conversation was him telling you all this stuff on tape about him molesting children, and then you said you had to report it, which you do.
Right.
And then he said he's going to kill himself. And then you went and checked your guns.
But I was right, because I thought I thought, oh my God, is he going to do that? Because he went for my leopard circular thing where I keep my handgun sometimes. I have lots turned again to him that I don't use because nobody comes down.
Okay, but
So it's just me.
so he says he's going to kill himself. He looks for your gun and your cheetah thing.
No, that's not true. He did not look for my gun. He didn't go anywhere near my gun.
I thought you said he looked in the cheetah thing or something that you keep the gun in something.
No, we played the tape.
Okay.
If you want to.
Well, I'm not saying I don't believe you.
I
I
didn't
just
say that.
Okay, what did you say?
About what?
Looking for he didn't look for the guns?
No. He said that he wanted to make his parents sorry. Then he wanted to make everybody sorry.
For what?
No. Well, because his mother molested him repeatedly. They were on a schedule Tuesday and Thursday, he said, every time his stepfather was gone. He went over there dead, and of course, he claims she walks around naked, parading naked in front of the windows, which could be public indecency. If children see it, or it's harassing other people, and I don't do that.
Okay, but let's get back to Adam for a minute. So you tell him you're going to report it to the police.
And I did.
And he says he's upset with that his parents are going to regret it, his family's going to regret it. Is that correct?
He said he didn't want to ever go back down there.
Okay.
That he'd rather die than go back around there.
But he didn't say they were going to regret it?
He did say that. He said that everybody's going to be sorry or something like that. I don't know who everybody is. Maybe me too.
Okay, so how does that conversation end?
Well, these are questions that are difficult to answer because perhaps it didn't end. Perhaps he went and watched TV and I cooked and, there was no arguing.
There was no arguing?
No.
When you tell him, I got to report this to the police, that you're a pedophile?
No.
And his eyes get big?
They got big, but he told me, he said, it's time that I stopped. And he said, I'm going to make myself stop or something like that.
That sounds unusual to me, Sheila.
Well,
do you know what I mean? Because he's a criminal.
An unusual person.
No, and I understand that, but
he just cried his eyes out.
Yeah.
Even with the polygraph man will tell you that. The polygraph couldn't begin until, of course, I had to leave. But it's legally tape recorded. I have the tape somewhere in my tapes.
I'm able to watch, and as I'm watching Sheila, it is clear she is enjoying this. It is a cat and mouse game, and she wasn't giving up anything. And she enjoyed the attention.
Did he ask you to kill him? So he wouldn't hurt anymore?
No, but I asked him to kill me one time.
Why?
Because I had a light heart attack in the kitchen floor, and he didn't care. He actually just stared at me, and I could just barely see him from my peripheral vision. And he was just looking at me. And then, for some reason, God let me read his mind for a moment. And I know he was thinking, die. If you die, I'm going to rob you. I asked him, when I got myself out of the floor, I said, you were just thinking about robbing me. And he went, that's right.
How come earlier you were asking the chief to end your life? You asked Adam once to end your life, and you've asked the chief earlier today. He told me to end your life. Why were you saying that?
Because I've committed suicide before in the 80s and was in a brain dead coma, and it was beautiful, and I didn't want to come back. That's why.
But why today? Why did you want the chief to shoot you today?
Because I just want to be where it's peaceful.
Why isn't it peaceful here now?
I mean, at the farm, they put me in the shop when we drove up, and there were two police cars there, and they kicked in my door, and they were standing there in the dark, and one had a bushwhacker thing or something.
But that's not a reason to feel that way, Sheila. Why did you want
I didn't
to
understand why they were doing it. I didn't understand why they kicked in my door. And I'm just saying that 5 years of legal stress, going through so many lawyers, it has aged me. I used to be a professional model. You should see some of my pictures. That's not to be cutesy, but that's the only proof that could prove to you that I'm right. But the stress of the Irish people, the stress of all of that, they're out for me.
How about the stress of Adam?
Well, He hasn't called me, to my knowledge. But he also told me he wouldn't when he left. And that's Cancer Male. I've dated another one. And
That's Cancer what?
Cancer Male. He's a Cancer. I'm 4th of July. He's July 18th.
Okay.
And he said his father's a Cancer. They're just like that. They don't.
I check his horoscope. Am I going to be able to find him? Being a Cancer, all.
What do you mean?
You got to find this guy.
Well, I don't know how to help you. I only know how to sift. That's what I was trying to do because I'm trying to help.
Do you think those bones are his?
I don't know. I can't rule that in or out.
You think it's possible that they're his?
I've answered that for this lady before. I said, in the sense, in the context or whatever, I said, possible. Many things are possible. It's possible I could accidentally knock that over. I'm not trying to be rude. I apologize.
You're not being rude, Sheila. And I'm very hard to offend anyway.
All right, I'm just telling you that. If he did it, he did it. And he...
Would you have helped him do it?
No.
So it gets done right?
No.
And there's no shame in if somebody wants to kill themselves and helping them do that, Sheila.
No.
There isn't.
No. I told him that I would testify in court against him. And he didn't like that. I said, you're going to get me back, aren't you? He said,
We don't have enough legally to go forward, and so we have to release her. We decide that police need to tail her and follow her while we continue to work on gathering enough to get an arrest warrant. The police are following her first thing in the morning and reporting back to myself and their unit commanders. And within a half hour of the first report, they lost her. She vanished, she disappeared.
Her picture is pasted on TVs throughout New England at this point as the manhunt continues for this now suspected murderer.
While Sheila fled, the discoveries in her home left the detectives shaken.
When we sprayed a chemical reagent that reacts to human blood, the toilet bowl, all around the sides of the toilet bowl reacted. So we decide to pump the septic system. And when we do so, we find a birth certificate belonging to someone named Mike Deloge. It raises serious alarm bells. This is the kind of document that you don't flush down a toilet unless you're trying to erase somebody's existence.
So this, of course, puts the community even more on edge because now we start to get the sense that were there other murders that happened on that farm? She had flushed down the toilet his birth certificate and some other evidence. That's how we even knew about Mike Deloge, because there was no report about him missing. And they began to say, who is Mike Deloge? His body was never recovered. It's fair to assume that she did the same thing to his body that she did to Kenneth County's body.
We have the swirling accusations about her. And now, on top of that, we're finding body parts.
There were toes that were found at that farm that didn't belong to Kenneth County or to Michael Deloge. In the newsroom, we get word that Sheila LaBar has been arrested just over the border in Massachusetts. There is now this huge sense of relief that she has been caught and will now be brought back to New Hampshire to face charges.
After her arrest, Sheila faces another interrogation, but the detectives are ready to turn up the heat this time.
Why did you tell me that?
Show me the tape. All right, let me hear the tape that says that. I wouldn't say that.
You said you trusted me, correct? You trusted
Correct.
me? Okay.
But I didn't say that.
And I would not tell you something you had not said if you had not said it.
No, I disagree. I disagree, sir.
You said, maybe he's in that bag, or he's in that bag. Words to that effect. Do you remember that at all?
No.
You remember no reference at all to Adam in a bag? No reference.
No. I told you I'd been sifting and had things in a bag.
That is not what you said. I listened to the tape.
But wait a minute, I can't remember
Mike Wallace,
every single. Can you remember?
Officer Wallace asked you.
Don't do that.
Officer Wallace asked you where he was, and you said he's in that bag.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Show me the tape.
Why do I have to? Am I lying to you? This one. I am not lying to you. I am in here telling you the truth.
I did not say that.
The chief is in here telling you the
and
truth.
I'm telling you, I did not say that. Perhaps I've been misunderstood. Let me hear the tape. I didn't say that.
To disprove Sheila's claims, the detectives decide to play the tape.
Okay, Sheila, I want you to listen closely.
I'm listening. Can you turn it down?
I'm just here because I'm something happened. We don't want to. We're going to record this, okay? It's for your safety, just so that there's no inaccuracy. That's all. So I'm just going to put that down here. And all the chief and I just want to do is figure out and make heads and tails of this whole thing and figure out, where Kenny is. The bottom line is, the chief and I both know, and you want to know where he is. That's all. He is in the bag.
No, wait.
Sheila, I have listened to this time and over and over.
Figure out and make heads and tails of this whole thing and figure out, where Kenny is. The bottom line is, the chief and I both know, and you want to know where he is. That's all. He is in the bag.
Listen to that again.
Let me hear the whole thing. Let me hear the whole thing.
Make heads and tails of this whole thing and figure out, where Kenny is. The bottom line is, the chief and I both know, and you want to know where he is. That's all. He is in the bag.
Don't stop. You can't.
I guess it was human.
Let me hear the whole thing.
The bag, you sure that he's in that bag?
I don't know that that's him.
Did you hear what I said? I don't know that that's
You know what I heard?
I guess he's in there.
He's in that bag.
What I picked up?
You just identified the wrong one.
Why?
But that doesn't mean that I know that he is.
Because I went
You
through
said it.
it at daylight.
Okay.
Looking. Yes.
Okay. All right, that's
No.
fine.
If you hear the whole conversation,
I have, Sheila.
no, I didn't do anything to it.
Would you like to listen to that again, Sheila?
I won't go, and you
Sure,
want to
play
know
it
where
again.
he is.
Doesn't matter.
That's all.
Play it again.
He's in that bag.
Wait a minute.
I guess that was him.
Let's back it up, Sheila.
I mean, I don't know what to
Hey,
tell you.
Sheila, he doesn't need your help. He doesn't
So I'm
understand.
just going to put that down here. And all the chief and I just want to do is figure out and make heads and tails of this whole thing and figure out, where Kenny is. The bottom line is, the chief and I both know, and you want to know where he is. That's all. He is in the bag.
I guess that was him.
Okay.
Guess it
I
was
mean, I don't
him.
know what to tell you.
No.
Yes.
That is not a confession of anything.
I didn't say it was a confession. He asked you a question. And what did you say? He's in that bag.
No.
He's in that bag.
Not in the context.
Oh, no?
You think that I knew
Oh, yeah?
that I knew that.
Is that right?
No. I just went on to say,
Yeah.
you have to play that whole tape in court if you put me in court. You know that. You can't play just part of it. You have to play the whole
Sheila,
thing.
I could. That's definitely what would happen if that ever got to that point. I'm just not going to sit here with you and play a tape for, 15, 20
No,
minutes.
that's right.
I played the part that you wanted to listen to,
I
didn't I?
understand,
And
sir.
what did you say?
understand, sir.
What did you say?
But I made the comment.
He asked you where Kenny was, and what did you say?
Well,
You listened to that. What did you say?
she does it. You have to scream at me.
I'm asking
he
you a
has a question,
question.
he won't
Answer
scream.
my question. Where's Kenny? What did you say?
I made 3 comments back to back.
What did you say? He's in that bag. He's in that bag.
Then I said, I don't know
Oh, yeah.
if that's him.
It could
I
be
don't
you.
know.
You mentioned it being human bone, Sheila. Come on.
No. I have a background in radiology. Just a minute.
Wonderful, Sheila. Okay, so are you telling me then you picked out the human bones from the burn pit on purpose to put them in the bag for the chief? Is that what you did? With your background in radiology, you went in there to pick out the human bones, and you left the I guess I guess you left the rabbit bones.
No, I didn't.
No? Well,
No.
Can I ask you a question then?
What?
What do you think was found in that plastic bag?
You have already told me.
What do you think was found exactly?
I don't know.
And what did you tell Officer Wallace? Where's Kenny? He's in that bag. That's what you said. There is no way around it. You killed this kid.
I did
You
not
killed this
kill
kid,
him.
and you
That's
destroyed evidence by
No,
burning the
no,
bed.
no.
You destroyed evidence by burning his body in the pit.
No, I did not burn him.
Who did?
I don't know.
Well, you don't know who burned him then.
No, I didn't know that was him. If you're confirming it, then
I
now
asked
know.
you who burned Kenny, and you said, I don't know who burned Kenny.
Don't.
That's what you said.
I don't know that he's been burned.
You knew he was in the bag?
No, I did not.
That is what you said.
No.
Those are your words.
You said we were lying. I played you the recording. And what did you say, Sheila? Explain that to me, please. Explain it to me. He's in the bag.
And then I
In that bag.
And then I said, I don't know. I don't know. That's the truth.
Sheila,
What?
it is not the truth.
The identification of Ken County was solidified when we finally were able to get a 100% match through forensic radiology.
It is absolute. You can bang your fist, bang your hand, all you want. You know, I know.
No.
It is not the truth.
No.
You're lying to me.
I'm
You
not.
killed this kid and you burned his body in the pit. Now I want to know why. Was that Kenny you burned in that pit? Or was it Adam you burned in the pit? Which one?
I didn't burn.
Was it Kenny or Adam?
Anybody.
Kenny or Adam? Kenny, did you kill Kenny or Adam?
No, sir.
Why did you kill him?
I didn't kill anyone.
Why? Did he want to leave you? Did you kill him because he
No.
wanted to leave you? A young man leaving an older woman? And maybe, did you feel a little slighted maybe?
Sir, he wanted to stay with me and marry me.
Oh, he did. Is that why you killed him?
I did
You
not.
killed him because he wanted to marry you?
I did not kill him or anyone.
Then who did you kill? Kenny or Adam?
Anyone.
Then how can you explain telling Officer Wallace that Kenny is in that bag? He's in that bag. How can you explain that?
Because he had threatened to set himself on fire. Just a minute.
Oh, so he did this to himself then, right?
I don't know that.
He
that's
did this
him.
to
I
himself.
don't
And you
know.
might have went out there and helped it out a little bit, right?
No.
No?
No.
No. Throw the bed on top of the flame too, on top of the fire. Destroy the bed. Why did you burn that bed?
I've answered that question.
No, you didn't answer it because you lied to me. I want the truth. Why did you burn that bed?
Because I didn't want to.
Because there was blood on the bed. That's why you burned that bed.
No.
You was destroying evidence.
No.
Just like Adam or Kenny. You destroyed Adam or Kenny. Why? Because he's evidence. And how did you do that?
No.
You put that guy in the burn pit.
No, I didn't.
You're a liar.
I'm not a liar. I did not, sir. And I called Chief Dodge to tell him I was burning the bed because I had slept on it or whatever I said with a pedophile or whatever.
How do you know he was a pedophile?
Because he made a sworn, legally
Oh,
recorded
yeah,
tape
yeah,
to me.
yeah.
And it
I
never-
heard that tape.
So? I mean, what do you mean, sir?
I heard the tape. It's a joke. It's a joke. You killed that kid. You put him in the pit.
No, I did not.
You're a liar.
I'm not a liar.
Absolute liar.
First of all.
You're a religious person?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, you know what you're
It's a goat.
Say what? Yeah, well, he's 24 years old. He's a kid to me.
25.
You killed that kid.
I did
24,
not
25,
kill him.
26. You killed him.
I did not.
You put him in the pit.
This is the first time that I found out that he's dead.
That's a lie, and you know it. You know why? Because when Officer Wallace went over to the house and he asked you, where is Kenny? You said, he's in that bag.
Yeah.
You're a liar.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar. And if that's going to be played for anyone, the whole thing has to be played.
You better believe it's going to be played because you've only heard a little piece of it. You heard the portion that I wanted you to hear. That's a lengthy, lengthy tape.
I did not.
And you better believe if that thing's played, the whole thing is going to be played.
I hear you. Believe me, I hear you. Everyone hears you.
You think you're going to convince me That you think you're going to convince me
I'm
that
not
you
trying-
didn't kill that kid?
I'm not trying to convince you of anything.
Well, you're lying to me.
No, I'm not.
Absolutely
lying to you.
lying to me.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
How do you think this looks for you right now? How do you think the whole thing looks?
Well, based on the racism and
Forget that. That's got nothing
Give
to
me
do
a
with
break. It's a
Think of-
saying. Give me a break, okay? Racism. Give me a break.
so. And she thought.
Despite their relentless efforts, the detectives are still nowhere near a confession.
Is he dead?
You know he's dead. What are you asking us for? You killed him.
I didn't.
You burned him.
Kill him. No.
You incinerated him.
I did
You're
not.
asking us?
I did
Give me
not.
a break.
I did not.
Of course you did.
No, I didn't.
Are you a split personality then?
No.
No?
What happened to him? Why did you think he was in the bag?
No.
Why did you sift those remains? Why were you picking things out of that pile? Why do you care? If you're burning
I
something to
cared
destroy them,
to
why do
know
you care?
if he had
You
done
didn't
that
care.
or somebody had done that
You
to
didn't
him.
care.
I did
You
care,
didn't
and I care now.
Sheila, you could not have cared.
If you cared about that kid right now, then you would tell me the truth.
Will you please stop
You would tell me the
crying?
truth.
He's a man.
Did
Yeah,
you
he
care
was
about
a man.
him?
You know why? Because you
Why
killed
did you
him.
care
He's
about
dead.
I love him still.
Then why did you call his mom to see if he had made it back home if you're so concerned about
His
him?
mom, I
His
didn't have
mother.
her number.
Or his father. Anybody. You knew his family. You knew how to get a hold of them. You left messages with them for crying out loud.
I did not ever leave a message with
You
his
never
family.
called any part of his family ever?
No,
Never?
sir, never.
Sheila,
Never.
that is a lie. You
It's another
called
lie.
the family.
No, excuse me.
I've heard the tape, Sheila. You called the family.
What are you talking about?
You called the stepfather. You called at least twice. At least twice. You left messages with him.
What are you talking about? What messages?
Did you not ever call the stepfather? Ever?
Sir, no. He called us.
Did you call the stepfather
didn't.
and leave a voicemail? Did you leave a...
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Stepfather, excuse me.
whoa!
No, you got me confused. Stepfather's different than his father. You're talking about that man from England. I called him, left one message at
How many?
the insurance. One.
How many?
One.
Wrong.
At the insurance. fund.
Wrong.
Well,
We have the tape, Sheila.
well, if I did,
We're going to sit
Wait,
here and
wait,
play
wait.
tapes all night for you, Sheila?
no, sir, but he
Sheila,
wanted me to do that. Adam wanted me to call, make those calls, whatever I did.
you just say never called. Now you called.
But I got confused. I thought you meant his
I'm
father.
confused. Sheila, I'm confused. You're all over the place. You're lying. We cut you in many, many lies. You
No.
called us liars because you said you never said that. I played it to you. You did say it. And there's a lot more. There's a lot more.
Taken out of context.
Oh, yeah, right.
That is what you said.
Where's
Straightforward.
Kenny? Where's Kenny? He's in that bag.
And then you go on to say human remains, and you further say the Walmart bag. The same bag you were sifting for me. You put his remains in that bag. I don't think they were for me, but you put them in that bag, didn't you?
Chief Dodge.
Why would I want those?
Chief Dodge. Why would I keep those if I had done that? Why would I not get rid of that if I'd done that?
How do we know
That
that's
was
what you
probably
were trying to do? Huh?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
You
no.
probably didn't expect 6 cruisers pulling you out that morning either.
Of course I did.
You were surprised by our
No, I
appearing
wasn't.
there.
No,
Yes, you were.
No, I was
Yes,
not.
Because you ran in the house, you locked the door. If you knew we were coming, you would have stood there in the yard and waited for us.
No.
Saying, you know what, I knew
No.
you'd be here.
No.
You locked yourself in the house.
No,
You
I
locked
didn't.
yourself in the house.
No, I didn't. I ran
Yes,
it.
you did.
I ran it and I peed.
And you did not.
Yeah, how
You
did I
did
know
not.
that? Of course I did.
Because I went right to the door and you were at it.
I ran in there real quick and I peed.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Sheila's trial was set to begin in March 2008, but in February, her legal team dropped a bombshell.
In other words, you are agreeing that you committed the acts of murder, but you are saying you are not legally responsible for your actions because of your mental condition at the time. Is that right?
That is correct.
At issue, was she insane at the time she admittedly killed 2 of her boyfriends? Her defense says yes, but the state says she knew exactly what she was doing.
The defense offered was just psychobabble about her mental state. It was calculated and it was deliberate and it was horrific.
The defense played up that surely somebody that did all of these things must be insane.
You know, you're crazy. Coffee, hot coffee with extra cream and extra sugar. Hot coffee.
Do you think there are other victims out there?
Yes. If she met a homeless guy in New York City and took him home and killed him, we would never know. She was using every and all means of disposal.
But you definitely believe there are other victims out there?
Yes.
On June 20th, 2008, the verdict was announced.
How say you? Was the defendant sane and guilty, or was the defendant not guilty by reason of insanity? I hereby sentence you to 2 life in prison without the possibility of parole sentences at the New Hampshire State Prison, and you are remanded to the custody of the sheriff.
So when the verdict was finally announced, they could not hold their emotion back anymore. The mother of LeVar's second victim, Kenneth County, weeps as she hugs prosecutor Jane Young. Young herself can't hold back the tears. In fact, all 3 of the prosecuting attorneys cry as they hug the family. But Kenneth County's mother and father were perhaps the most emotional. Divorced and both remarried, they reunited for an embrace as this trial brought both of their families together.
The harrowing case of Sheila LeBar reveals a chilling descent into manipulation, violence, and madness. Her calculated acts of cruelty and deception resulted in the tragic deaths of innocent men. Now serving life in prison, LeBar's reign of terror is over, but the scars she left behind still haunt those who crossed her path. Do you think Sheila was truly a serial killer? Share your thoughts on this chilling case in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more such content.